lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from beautiful Hampton, Georgia. We are at the Legacy now, Atlanta Motor Speedway, for what is the first race in the playoffs for the chase, for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Myself, Angel Santiago, joined with my broadcast partner here every Wednesday night, Troy Thomas. Troy, how are we doing today?
We're doing great, Angel. I hope you are as well. It's one day before Thanksgiving where we sit around and eat turkey and watch football all day. But before we get there, we have an exciting race here in Atlanta for y'all tonight.
Oh, excited for food tomorrow. Absolutely. I just finished eating and I won't eat again until dinner tomorrow. That's how it works. Just to make sure you can fit as much in as possible. But yeah, no, expecting a great race here tonight for the Racers Elite Xfinity Series as they get their playoffs started. And we're very excited for it. We got 12 drivers. You'll see the 12 drivers highlighted in blue once we have our tower up and going. Once they actually complete qualifying, which is just about over. We're at the moment only missing, I think we said one of our playoff drivers so far.
No, I don't think Michael Bennett here as well. I mean, two.
Oh, that is correct. Two of them. Two of them. So, for the moment, and while they finish up their qualifying, we'll go ahead and jump over to our excuse me, race info for tonight. It is 76 degree for the ambient temp, but The day of the year is gonna make this a 122-degree track temp. It's gonna be very, very hot out on that track
Ooh.
tonight.
Gonna be screaming for tires.
I cannot believe that. As I just now said that, I just got a message in our group chat. Odie had just tagged me, said, "Oh my gosh, 122 degrees for the track temperature tonight." As we're talking about it, so we're thinking about it at the same time as the drivers are.
Well, Atlanta usually is hot anyhow, so.
Yeah, it is a very hot track. It makes it slick, and these cars kind of drive already like that, so this will make Atlanta that much more fun for them, I believe.
Oh yeah, it is. It puts it a little bit more in the driver's hands, so you can keep the tires on the car the longest. Whoever easiest on your wheel input and your throttle control.
The drivers have 5 total tire sets for tonight's race. That includes the one that they'll be starting the race with. So that'll be about 21 laps a set. You can go more in fuel, but you want to come in earlier, but unfortunately, you just have to be able to manage and stay out longer to try to maximize your time on track and less time on pit road.
Yeah, I know we always preach about tires, but this this is probably the grandfather of the tire preaching track right here. I mean, Atlanta just chews you up. You're wanting new tires probably after 5 laps.
This is, of course, that very infamous, or not very infamous, but it just reminds you of Larry Mack and his cheese grater for the tires. You know, that's just what this track will do. And you hear about what Darlington is nowadays, and I know we're a couple years removed from this Atlanta. Feels kind of odd to say that almost. Feels like it was just yesterday that they repaved it, but it's still very, very popular amongst drivers out there.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks to race too on the iRacing. So it's a fun, challenging race to drive on.
Oh man, he said, "What's He said, "What track are they racing at tonight?" He said, "Atlanta." He's like, "Wow, enjoy the 3 laps of fresh tires." He said, "No, it's old Atlanta." He's like, "Oh, enjoy the half a lap or the 1 lap of fresh tires." But that's
what it's going to feel like, too.
yeah,
That's for sure.
So if you don't typically race, that's what these drivers are feeling like. Where we got group chats going on about how much they're going to be suffering tonight. Qualifying's all set here. I do believe. All right, let's jump over to that. Hold on just a moment, everybody. If I can find myself. All right. You have Todd Slauson on pole tonight. I guess not too much of a surprise. With Lee Campbell on his outside. Brandon Honeycutt, Andrew Teff going to start there in row number 2. Matthew Jarrett and Richard Odie. Look at that. Both of those drivers, Jared and Odie, putting in a 5th and 6th qualifying spots here at Atlanta.
Good qualifying effort for them guys.
Yeah. Truth Hope there in 7th with Alex Tefton 8th. Colin Oh my goodness! I told Colin I was gonna mess it up on purpose, and I guess I didn't really mean to this time. But McDonough.
McDonough. We'll roll with that.
There it is. McDonough. There we go. I love you, Colin. I'm sorry. I know we just broadcasted together last night. I told you I'd still probably screw it up 6 or 7 different times. Dennis Kane is going to start his outside there at row 5. Row 6 will be Kirby Wainscott and Sean Merriman, who was added to the playoffs last minute here with the departure of Jesse Fox. He would not be able to complete the playoffs. So go ahead and bring up the next guy in who's been, participating in all these races. So let's see here. That's what was happening. It'll be Jacob Plank, and Jacob Plank will be starting in the 13th position on the No, they will leave him on the outside in 14th. Chris Pendle will then move forward. Amir is the oh my goodness, the
race control.
Race control. There we go. I'm like, man, no, not the broadcaster. We're the broadcasters. He's the race control tonight. So that's why you'll see him come across the board. He'll drop there at the end. But 14 cars tonight. Gonna be a good race.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's always a good race with Racers Elite, but something about old Atlanta just tickles the funny bone.
It just excites you because you know how tough it is and how much they're going to have to be able to work to get out there.
Oh, absolutely. This is a tough racetrack. It's a good thing they don't have the real heat in their little simulators they're racing tonight. That's for sure.
Oh my goodness. So, well, what's temperature like over there in where you're at?
It was 51 today, but it's supposed to get down to the 20s later in the weekend. So
Yeah, it'll get a little cooler here over the weekend as well.
I think Turkey Day's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So
our rain comes in Friday, so I got to go to work and it's raining. I love the rain, honestly. So, I live in Florida. I have no choice. Hey, embrace it, right?
Oh yeah, just go with it.
I love it. So, thank you everybody for joining us here on your Thanksgiving Eve, I guess as one might say, as we prepare to see the very first of these playoff chase races for. We got to say chase because there's just next couple races, whoever's on top at the end of it. iRacing.com pace car gonna head down pit lane. Todd Slauson through the Geico restart zone. He's gonna go early in the Geico restart zone, and we are green flag racing here at Atlanta. The chase has begun, and we have a couple of playoff drivers between Slauson and Campbell leading the field here.
And you got that non-playoff driver of Honeycutt looking inside the lead, coming off a 2 right there with Andrew trying to draft along Lee.
So dang fast the Honeycutt is. He just couldn't make all the races this season, unfortunately, and that's why he's not in there. But one win in the 5 races. Typically, you have more for him, but I think the lack of consistent racing, doesn't maybe allow him to kind of get into that groove with his car that you really need.
Yeah, he's just faster than anything.
Anything
he drives in any of these series. He's wanting that number 2 position real bad as they go down the backstretch here. Well, clears lead Campbell.
It's hard to pass. You got. We talked about it last night, and I mean, sure, you experienced it far more than I did, of course. It was hard to pass last night. These drivers are going to experience a lot of the same, except more banking. Yeah. So you want to get everything you can early on these restarts.
Yeah, especially these fresh tires. You got to get what you can right now, and hopefully not overdrive it in the process.
Todd Slauson did have the lead in points coming in here to tonight's race because of his back-to-back wins to start the season, but he's not won since.
Winless.
Yeah.
Yep, he's winless, but he's been consistent. So he had a 2-point lead over Michael Bennett, who for some reason is absent tonight, followed by Andrew. They're in third, only 4 points back. So it'll be a top playoff run here towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, only 15 points separated, 1 to 12 back there with Sean Merriman. So it makes a very tight battle, as you mentioned, but man, does it make racing at Atlanta to be the first race that much more difficult. Like, man, why you gotta put this track out on here?
Oh yeah, because you want to start the playoffs with a good finish. That's for sure. You don't want to have a bad race coming into first race of the playoffs. So you're pretty much shot if you do. Sean Merriman looks inside of the 39 column Colin. Can't quite clear him yet as we go into turn 1 here, and there's the 35 of Jacob Plank trying to follow suit.
And I wonder where is it going to be, that you need to save your tire? Where do you need to run on track that's going to help save that tire? And here on lap 5, Matthew Jarrett going to have his fastest lap. A little bit of drafting helps, but maybe just getting a little bit more, feel for their race cars as laps go in. But definitely surprising. I mean, that was more than half the field though that put down their fastest lap.
Yeah. I mean, Matthew Jarrett maybe trying to learn from the guy in front of Andrew right there, the owner of the leagues. Maybe just trying to learn for a little bit, following in his tire tracks.
Todd Slauson's just putting them down as fast as he can. He puts the fastest one there, 32.12, as fresh and clean air as he possibly can. This has got to feel great right now.
Yeah, but oh yeah, it is. That's the best view you can have right now at the moment.
Listen, already the amount of off throttle time.
Yeah.
That's just what it takes to make a lap out around Atlanta, especially with these, high horsepower, very slick race cars. Say slick because they just drive slick.
Oh yeah, they are slick. I mean, so smooth the throttle too. As we got a hornet's nest behind our race leader at the moment.
Yeah, Jesse Honeycutt was able to make his way around Lee Campbell on the initial lap, in the first lap. So he's just kind of maintaining himself right now in front of your second place driver. Aside from that, 4th through 8th, they're right where they started, just kind of minding their P's and Q's. And again, I say with Matthew Jarrett, great shout out to him. You know, he was the 11th driver making it into the playoffs, last week, and here he is, qualified top 5 and going right at it against Andrew Tepp for 4th.
Yeah, going to the tri-over right there. They're going to try to make the pass in turn 1 here. The beautiful thing about Atlanta, there's so many different lanes you can run.
Yeah, just what's best for your own driving style. And also what is the track giving you? You know, sometimes, one race you come here, and the bottom is key. You can wrap that white line. You Harvick as they say. Or sometimes you want to be like Larson to be up on the wall trying to get some speed.
Well, be where Andrew is. Get that run off the corner. I mean, just like you
get loose though.
That's not good for the tires.
No. One slip is just going to be enough to really upset the race car. You gotta give it a moment, a lap or two when you have a slip up. It wasn't too bad, but anything more than that is where you have to give it a lap or so to kind of cool the tires down again before you kind of go
Matthew
go
makes
at
the pass.
Matthew makes the pass. Oh man, 98 was just he didn't know where to go. He wanted to go low, wanted to go high, but he was trying to not lose his momentum and have to slow up, knowing Odie had a run behind him. He had nowhere he could go with that run because he didn't want to go to the inside. And here comes Odie with help from Truth Hope. And Andrew Tepp is just going to drop one and then maybe another spot here.
He's lost 2 positions in the past couple of laps here. He might be losing 3, but Andrew will just reset himself and he'll make a race out of it.
He came in here 3rd in the standings. Bennett not racing tonight, should be an easy jump into 2nd. Todd Lawson's leading it right now. That's certainly going to help his opportunity to win a championship here. And then Pendle kind of started in the back right now, running in 10th. So it's a great opportunity for Andrew and Todd to just separate themselves. But losing the spots isn't going to help them.
No, and there's Truth. He's in, he's in the 9th position coming to the playoffs. So he's not that far behind Andrew and them at the moment too. So every position's valuable.
It's that much more valuable for drivers like Jarrett, Odie, and Truth, where they just need to get every position they can, because you're right, 2-3 points isn't so bad, but you get a little further back and you're 4 points and 8 points, and that was where you really had to put in some work, especially with the limited fields. You can't just wait until the last couple of races to hope to have enough. No, you got to get everything you can now. And you see it right there, your leader.
Wow.
He's trying to get everything he can already there. Wow.
Yeah, Andrew got a little loose coming off of 4 when Truth finally made the pass on him. So these drivers are screaming for tires and it's only lap 13.
I guarantee you bring any one of these drivers into and ask them, and they said, yes, I want tires now. And so you see 35 with Jacob Plank. He's up 5 spots now. Up 6 spots now with the pass on Alex Teff. So he'll be the biggest mover. Wow, he just sends it right on in there.
That's an early power move. It looks like Alex is trying to fight back on him, but falls right behind of him.
Yep. You see the 94 Pendle there in 10th. That is the blue mark to the side, allowing you for our playoff drivers. So right now, Dennis Kane, Sean Merriman, and Kirby Wainscott kind of running there in the back, just maybe not a track that they enjoy, and just not a track that's, again, by no means a track for anybody. So they're trying to maybe just mind their P's and Q's early on and hope for, just put some laps down. Again, it's a long race with still...
Brandon got loose right there.
Yeah, 90 laps to go still when we come back around.
So them drivers might just be saving their tires, trying to go on a fuel strategy or something.
Save your car.
Think, 30, 35 laps, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say 30, maybe depending because of how much tire fall off, that you can get from it. I can definitely see that being a possibility. What I would really want is to see if maybe, you can do this in thirds. 33, maybe 33, 34. If you undercut it.
35, 70. Maybe two-stop it. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Two-stop it. So you can't push 35 or 71. Kind of give yourself an extra lap or so at the end of the run.
Yep.
Final run. gonna give you the same, you know, or possibly losing it on the other end. You didn't notice Truth Hope got around Richard Odie there, so maybe Odie losing up his tires in the first 15 laps or so, losing that spot, and looks like he might be under attack from Jacob Plank in just a moment.
Yeah, Jacob's our biggest mover at the moment, up 7 positions. He's wanting to take that Ford to the front of the field at the moment.
Yeah, it's Toyota, Chevy, Ford, 1, 2, 3 in the front right now. And of course, a mix of Chevrolets, Fords, and Toyotas throughout the field from there. And as you can see at the very bottom of the screen, where Plank has just been kind of picking away at Odie's time. Looks like Odie's definitely pushing off of the corner there, and because you see where he kind of glides around the bottom right with these guys when you jump on board with Plank, and you see what I mean there. He can't even get to the bottom there in 3 and 4 now.
You hear the tires screeching.
Yeah, this is on Plank's car.
Woo!
Ooh, went to the top side. He said, "Hey, you know what? I know I'm faster than him. I don't have time to waste of trying to get around him. Let me go get a big run and either go to the inside here." Which is probably what he's gonna do off of
Yeah, you got it. What a run! What a run by Jacob in the inner 3 right here. He's gonna have him cleared, I believe.
Yeah, it's all about setting up the pass, doing so early and when you can. Odie gonna put a little bit of pressure on him, but hey, you know what? Not a playoff driver. Be careful there, Odie. That's not somebody you really have to fight so hard. Oh no, there it is!
No, Odie!
Save it to the grass.
Woo.
Comes Tef, gonna get back around them. Both Tefs. Just gather
Good
yourself.
save, bud. That trial will become slicker as these tires get ages on them as well.
I'm glad that you mentioned that. I kind of forgot, you know. Yeah, as these drivers go into this run, as you see, Honeycutt's been cutting down this day as well, where the tri-oval, sometimes you can't even go through their full throttle by the end of the run.
No, you want to burp the throttle because it gets really slick sometimes through there.
That's incredible.
Because there's no banking to hold the car at speed, so.
As you see, Honeycutt's just kind of poking in, but we'll jump back here as Plank makes a pass on Hoke.
Yeah, Jacobs the man on the mission today again, so.
Great job saving his tires early on, it seems to be.
Well, he's taking what he did last week and applying to this race at the moment. Just not leading it yet.
Honeycutt hadn't really been mostly catching Slauson, but I think once he kind of caught him, just that dirty air, it's become really difficult to try to get around him. Although Plank is doing it in a much easier fashion, it seems like, around other drivers.
Yeah. Jacob Plank might have the best car at the moment, but like you said, you know, the car gets in the dirty air up front, so the closer he gets up front, Jacob that is, it's not going to be that much. It's going to be harder to pass these gentlemen in front of him.
See Pendle sliding up. Ooh, not going to almost hit the wall there off of 4. He gained 5 spots early on. It looks like he's starting to kind of fall back now. So he's still got those 5 spots, but McDonough's right behind him, just about ready to kind of gain one of the spots that he's lost from the start of this race.
He just, like you said, he touched the wall a little bit there, but said these guys right here just minding themselves. Seeing what their car can do and what it can't do at the moment, I'd assume, but.
The inside is not gonna. Wow! Oh my goodness! That could have just been so bad on both ends there.
That could have been bad.
Now looks like Alex is trying to catch up to his brother here. Andrew trying to make a pass on him.
He's been hounding his brother past few laps here. These 2 playoff drivers are going at it.
Oh man, that was loose there for Alex.
But it's so easy for the car to get loose on you.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take our first break here of the evening, as we are going to be inching close to the first round of pit stops, and we want to be live when they do. So this will be very brief. Oh, there it is. Chris, go ahead and let him on by.
Yep.
Pull down to the inside, so just go on by, Colin. I don't got enough to stay up with you. And that's just smart racing, you know, Chris. You're in the playoffs. You know, the 39 is not. Let him go. That is not your worry right now.
Yep, that's smart racing at the moment. Alex got by around Andrew.
I think Odie's now going to come inching towards Andrew. This is a little surprise on my end, I'd say, for Andrew, especially seeing how sideways Odie got. I thought for sure his tires would be completely gone right now.
Yeah, but he's making a good charge back up to the front.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody. Hold on tight. We almost got a battle for the lead as well, so we'll be back. Great views that we get here from the Sim Racing Media Network. You saw Honeycutt go right to the bottom in 3 and 4, but my goodness, it must have just missed entirely while we were in that bottom groove cam, because he lost a ton of time through off 4.
Yeah, I mean, coming down the back straight, looked like I got a little loose and had to get out of the throttle a little bit. And here's Andrew, our first taker on tires, what, like 28?
A little early, but you know what? He's not happy with it. He's falling back, so go ahead, come on in and see what you can do. Here comes Honeycutt to the outside.
I think Todd's
coming in. Oh, Honeycutt, wow. Sideways through there. Here comes Lee Campbell now.
Yeah, Lee's catching in on him, so.
Lee's ticked off a 10th. Yeah, half a 10th, almost a 10th, another half, 2 that time, then the 1.5 previous. He's cutting them close. And Matthew Jarrett, he would also follow these drivers down pit lane.
Pit stops happen now. How long do you stay up before you pit?
Yes. No, you don't say it at all. You should be coming down almost immediately, unless you have unless your plan was to go out to lap 35, and you think, hey, 28, that's just too early to cut my plan through. You just got to stick with what your idea was.
Yep. Different plan for everybody at the moment, kind of was last week as well.
On board here with Lee Campbell. Listen to the throttle on him. See as he goes through 3 and 4.
Doesn't even really get back in the gas until you're coming off the corner.
This is Jacob Plank. He's running a little higher here.
Ooh.
I think his tires have caught up with him too.
Yeah, he marched through that field. Ain't no doubt about that.
He got to his outside and made that pass.
Oh, Curry was in the wall.
Just a kiss.
He didn't hit the wall. He was close.
Man, look at the speed difference here. Let's jump. I know I love jumping on board, but this is the closing rate that he's going to have compared to these drivers on 30 lap old tires.
Oh, look at this. I mean, it's not even competition at the moment.
He'll have it looks like Chris is just
He's struggling at the moment.
It's like Chris is down a cylinder how fast he went by him. But that's just the difference in tires here.
Andrew, what did he run last time? 32.65, and our leader ran a 34.11.
Todd Slauson had 32.50 that last time.
Wow. Go Todd.
Todd did a great job coming on and off pit lane. As you see now, Lee Campbell making his way down, with Jacob Plank going to follow right up through. Yeah. He was a full second, almost faster than Andrew Teff, both on his pit stop and pit lane itself, and nearly 2 seconds quicker than Matthew Jarrett. So that's
where you pick your time up.
Yes, especially where at a track where it's so hard to kind of get around other drivers, and
you just don't think about that part of it either. You can come behind the pits on the bumper of somebody, but yet they're, like you said, they're a second and a half ahead of you. You can't figure out why it's that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting on and off pit road.
Oh, Honeycutt's still just slipping and
He-
sliding.
He's wanting tires.
Well, I mean, think about it. Honeycutt's not in the playoffs, so what does it matter if he goes out on a different strategy?
No, he's trophy hunting this season. And Andrew just blows right by True.
Wow, yeah, Tef's got that just. Fresh tires, of course. Colin's still out there. Alex still out there. Chris, Odie, Wayne Scott's now caught up to Odie now after these 30-some odd laps, and
So the
trying to
top
make a
9
pass.
have not pitted.
Sean Merriman and Dennis Kane back here as well. Mentioned it. What are the three drivers?
It was 3 drivers that made the playoffs in all 3 seasons were Dennis Kane, Andrew Teff, and Truth Hoke. So that's a big accomplishment there for them gentlemen. Congratulations on that. Not an easy feat to do either.
I can barely make the playoffs in one series. Are you kidding me?
I didn't make any innings. Hurricane ruined that on me.
Got a fan out here for Truth. Jessica, thanks for joining us on our YouTube channel. We're sad to have seen you gone, but not here racing. Definitely appreciate you still out here supporting your teammates here in Truth, and he's trying to just do his best, have himself a good race right now. Finally making his way down pit lane along with Richard Odie.
Brandon stays out another lap.
I don't know. Well, I mean, honestly, look at this. Todd pit on lap 28, and he's still 25 seconds behind the leader. I mean, I don't think that Honeycutt can go another 10 laps. No, he's right here. It's to the inside. He's mainly on the outside. There it is. Yep, you see it popping out. Oh, nice.
So hard to get it slowed down with them old tires.
And Alex, along with Wayne Scott. Sean's going to stay out one more lap. He's like, hey, I'm in the playoffs. Let me go ahead and get a lap led while I'm out here.
Yep, Sean wants some points.
Every point matters. He knows that he was only a few out of it. Oh, my goodness. Wow, there you go. So, last 4 of our last 5 drivers.
So that's it. So Sean's the last one.
Now, remember, Brandon Honeycutt was right on Todd's back bumper just about. Maybe give or take. I think it maybe dropped just about to a second after he got a little loose. But somewhere within that time. Let's see. Honeycutt's coming off pit lane. Slauson's going in 3 and 4.
That's the big difference between coming in and getting them fresh tires earlier.
Whew, that's lose right there for him. Yeah, so he just comes off of pit lane here. Honeycutt does, and he's into 1, 2. I mean, that is the difference, and that is 19 seconds now separates these two
crazy.
drivers.
That is so crazy. Honeycutt was running second when this pit cycle started. And he dropped all the way down to 7th position. As the last straggler comes in, Sean finally wants his tires.
Unbelievable.
40 laps on a set of tires.
So I guess do you try to wait this long again, pit a lap 80, and then just go with, I mean, you can't really go hard, but because these drivers will pit at 35, maybe 70. If you pit at 80, see, even then though, your tires will only be really 10 laps fresher, so it's not. I mean, obviously, it's still a big difference at Atlanta, but I don't really see if you gain that much back.
I don't either. Not in that short a time. It's only a 105 lap race, so I don't think he can make it back big of a difference. But hey, cautions come out when they're pitting. Who knows how this race will play out?
That's another great way to mention that. Here comes Sean Merriman out off of pit lane, just in front of the leader. He's going to hold on and not go, of course, a lap down from the process, so that will keep the entire 14-car field on the lead lap.
Good job, Sean, getting off on the pit road.
Good
So
job to everybody. Are you kidding me? No, after anywhere from 28 to 40 green flag laps, nobody had a mistake coming down pit lane.
nope.
I would have made 3 mistakes coming down my own.
I see myself spinning out on them hot tires.
Yep, I would have missed pit lane, come back around, spun out the second time, hit the wall,
Speed down pit road.
or hit the brake too hard on coming down to my pit box and slam it into the wall.
Now my favorite thing is sliding through my pit box.
Oh man, isn't that just hot tires, and you slide like 4 boxes out, and you just sit there for a moment thinking like, what am I doing? Oh my goodness.
I made the mistake before of just barely being on my pit box thing. I get my tire changed and everything, just not paying attention. Seeing you're too far up. Like crap.
Oh man. Oh, you sit there for a moment, like a moment of breath, and you're like, oh wait, I'm not gonna get pit stop. I'm losing time.
Now let's go talk to Andrew for a second. He was running in the end of the top 10 when this pit side. He's the first one on pit road. That moved him up to the second position, pitting that early. So.
He's still 5 seconds ahead of Plank, who pit on lap 33. Plank that last time around was 0.6 of a second quicker than Andrew. By the numbers, Andrew would pit again around lap 55 to 60. But I mean, just you're gonna go 40. Can he go 45 laps at that point? Or is he now gonna have to push it? That's just a big question. Or
yeah.
Does he want to split it and go 30, 90, 30, 60, 90?
Yep, he's going to have to. Maybe he burned up his tires too much when he got a little looser or drove it too hard and wanted to just back it down for this run and stretch it out a little bit.
That's also a fair point.
So he'd have to go if he wants.
Lawson.
So even if he went 30 laps, it'd be lap 60, or just say 33 laps, 60. That's going to put that last green flag run on 45 lap tires. If they can go that far, because Brandon stretched it to 40 laps.
I was going to say, yeah, if he can go 40 laps, because, yeah, Merriman was the one who was able to get, 45.
Yeah, Sean got, he just ran his best lap of the evening right now, so.
This poor fresh feel goods. He's clean in front of Odie and McDonough.
Odie and Colin fighting again.
A couple of Toyotas out here. Odie had a good qualifying effort up there in in sixth, and was maintaining. But once he got that, really kind of, I'd say check your pants moment earlier on, he's not been the same since. I just think he's just being maybe a little more conservative. Yeah,
he became a landscaper there for a little bit. But he there at the end of that run, he was starting to make a move going through the field. So
not much landscape left up there over in Buffalo where he's at. Snow at this point. I don't know
we had our snow Monday, I think. Our leader.
Oh. He's back. Let's go ahead and go to the field here. As we're just about inching through the halfway point of this race. Oh, it's Phillip. Oh, thank you.
That's teammate. Hello, Phillip.
Right.
Glad you could join us for tonight.
Then Andrew Teft in second, but Andrew Jarrett is very quickly catching up. He was a 10th faster than that last time around. He's
a 10th quicker than Andrew. Wow.
From Fort Walton Beach. Oh, don't worry. Just wait. Jacob Plank's half a second quicker than Matthew. He's only a second behind, so he's going to be there in a moment on 5-lap pressure tires. And you saw how much faster he already was previously on the same set of tires.
Oh, yeah.
So, We'll go to the field, but if we got a pass going on, we'll go ahead and jump over to that. We'll put a pause on going to the field.
Can't quite get side by side going down the back stretch here. Oh, Matthew drove it in deep for that time.
Pick up the throttle early though.
Oh, he's got to get around off of 4. Cannot pull up beside Andrew.
Andrew's just able to carry that momentum there on the outside very well, and that leads to wonder, you know, what's Jacob Payne gonna do here? Can he, you know, wrap the bottom and rotate it well enough? You know, I know he's got 5-lap fresher tires, but he's still on 20-lap old tires. It's still not gonna be the easiest thing here, but
oh yeah, it's not gonna be easy by no means, especially when he's.
I don't know. He got a pretty good run through here. Let me just
Jason, let me show you how to do this, Matthew. What a run! But now he's gonna get Andrew going in the 1.
Oh, he's gonna drive it in hard too. Andrew's gonna keep.
But
Andrew didn't have enough.
Pass.
Wow. All right. And Matthew Jarrett said, "Okay, I'll go ahead and do the same thing then." All right, fine. I'm done. Go ahead.
Andrew's like, I'm done. Yeah, I'm just gonna race around for a little bit. Andrew falls back to the 4th position where he started the race, and he. Interesting.
So we'll see him come back in again on lap 80 something, and that'll be his run.
Huh.
Some in 2s, some in 3s, some in 4s.
Very interesting on this strategy. So, because usually Andrew's the one that stays out the longest out of everybody.
I don't hate the idea either that if you know, think about it. What is the benefit of this? What makes you a superhero at this track? 4 fresh fuel goods. So if he simply wants to have 4 fresh fuel goods as often as he can. He gave him 4 tire sets. Go ahead and use them all.
Well, last week that extra stop helped Jacob Plant win the race at Mid-Ohio, so maybe Andrew's got that. Hey, maybe an extra pit stop's not gonna hurt as bad as I thought it would.
My only concern is if oh man, the 22 super loose through 3 and 4. Man, I would have brought it down right then and there.
Uh-oh.
LinkedIn numbers, he's fine. Now the question is, Blank is 5 seconds behind him.
Yeah, but he is almost 7/10 quicker than Todd at the moment.
Yeah, there you go. Look at the differences. Lap 53 is when he was passing Andrew, so let's make that reminder there.
53.
Let's see what it looks like coming across the line this time around. Jarrett just lost. What happened?
Yeah, Brandon passed Jarrett, and Jacob was 3/10 quicker at last lap.
So he's running him in. Jarrett, remember, he one of the earlier pit stops at lap 28, and so he's just kind of already passed that threshold here. You could argue where maybe they're realizing like, oh man, maybe I didn't want to, do that strategy. I just, they could be drivers who didn't know what the strategy was. They heard somebody pit and they followed through.
Yep, you could be right on that as well. So, oh, Todd's in the wall.
Wow. Alex is.
That was more than a kiss that time.
Something happened to Alex. Did he miss pit lane? Oh no! Super loose.
Nope.
Wow.
Oh,
whoa.
man,
Well,
his suspension probably ain't feeling too spiffy right now.
No, probably not. So that'll cost him a couple of spots. Richard Odie, he's losing another one here. Now both for Sean Merriman and Dennis King. He's struggling to keep this car in one piece right now.
Yeah, he's fighting it. I mean, Sean's got the freshest tires of all the lead lap cars at the moment, so.
That time around, he was Merriman himself. It's about 3.5 tenths quicker, I guess, than what the leader was. 2.5 tenths.
Yep.
Yeah,
You are correct.
He got a little bit of traffic. Andrew. He's back out here. Let me put down some laps again. And, the last time around was nearly 2 seconds quicker than the leader. So.
Wow. So. He's Superman, like you said earlier. Matthew Jarrett isn't coming down pit lane at the moment. On lap 60, so. He's like, I'm gonna get me some fresh tires as well. 22 is so sideways coming off at 2 every time we see it.
He's keeping the throttle in it the entire time. Jump on board with you later. See what it's like to have 33 lap old tires.
Cutting that wheel back to the right. Whew. Dirt tracking it. Alan would be proud of that.
Yes, he would. Woo. He's confident behind the wheel though, and I think that's one of the best things you can have for yourself here at Atlanta. You have to have confidence in yourself as a driver because being, kind of doubting yourself, that's when, mistakes can really happen.
Yep. You're exactly right. You got to know your limits. And right now, Todd don't have any limits at the moment, but we're going to have a battle for second position, it looks like.
That's what Todd wants. He puts himself, in a different, category away from these guys. Continues to just maintain a 3+ second lead, even though he's got 5 to 10 lap older tires than the two drivers behind him.
Yeah, Honeycutt's got 10 laps fresher tires than Todd Clausen and 5 fresher than Jacob, so.
In all reality for Todd, I think that he could probably just, he needs Brandon and Jacob to fight for as long as they can, and then, they're still catching him, of course, but if once you finally get past, maybe come down pit lane, or maybe sometime around the lap 70 mark, you've already extended your, 35 was loose to 3 and 4.
He's right. Look, he don't want to give his position up, that's for sure.
They're so hard to get, yeah. You can fight for everything that you can. Andy Tuffy did get his lap back. So he will stay in the lead. Matthew Jarrett, he's just going to have to get through the field here to try to get his lap back, but not too far behind where the lead is at right now. Just again with a 2.9 second lead now over Plank, and he's still out there again. He pit lap 28, so now this is 37 laps, on this set of tires. So over 10 laps more than the last.
Yeah, like you said, I think he's gonna come around lap 70 or so.
It's interesting if Tef continues with what his plan is, that it would be to come in then again
80, lap 80 maybe?
yeah, 20, that would be 27 laps, about lap 80, give him about 25. I guess, yeah, maybe even lap, 79, that'll be right down the middle, I guess. 20, is Todd? Oh, no. I'm sorry. I was like, I got lost for a second there. Yeah, Honeycutt's trying to get past him. Oh my goodness. More give it to him there.
It's just so hard to make them cars stick on the bottom with them old tires. Jacob gets loose there. We talked about it earlier, getting loose through the tri-oval right there.
There it is. Todd Slauson going to make his way down pit lane here. Lap 68.
So he came 30 laps later, is that right?
No, 40 laps later. Oh my gosh.
40, yep. 20, wow. 40 laps. Oh, Jacob's in the wall just a little bit.
Oh man, but that's going to be just easy enough for Honeycutt to get past him. And That was the last of the drivers who hadn't pit. I guess that works out well for Todd. You know, when you're that far ahead, you're just that much faster than everybody else has been. You see him coming off pit lane now, losing a lap, but it allows you to adjust the strategy as you might want to allow you to be aggressive on that. You know, typically it's, you make you make your bed, you gotta lay in it. But when you're the leader, you're that fast. I guess you can do what you want.
You are right. So we'll see how this plays out. We have what, a almost 2.5 second lead when he pitted. Something like, I think so.
Let's see.
We'll see how this plays out towards the end.
I think that even if Honeycutt takes him 10 more laps this time, I don't see where he's going to be able to catch.
No, I don't either.
I think Todd.
Oh, he's pitting.
Oh, he's pitting now. He said no. I think he realized I gotta. Oh, you know what?
That looks like...
I think Plank probably called his pit, and Honeycutt said, "All right, you know how hard it was to pass that guy. I'm coming in now too."
That's a little close for.
I don't know if he made it or not, but
I don't either. We're gonna find out here in a second.
Yeah.
Kirby's in as well here.
He's very safe. 49 miles an hour coming in. At least Truth Hoke out there was, as a leader again.
Yeah, he pitted on lap 66 or 36.
My goodness, the pace falls off so bad though that as a leader you pit and you don't lose that. You know, you don't lose a lap. It was, you know, because they're pitting right behind you anyways.
Yeah.
This is where if a caution has to come out for Slauson and anybody else, they want it now because they can pin as many of those drivers back as they can.
Absolutely. You don't want to go on. You don't want another 10 laps to show the caution come out. Lead going around Truth, getting his lap back the old-fashioned way.
He's having a nice white races himself. You know, about 7 seconds behind your leader, or you know, who was your leader, Todd Slauson, who we assume will recycle back to the lead.
Well, Andrew's actually in front of Todd.
Alice comes down pit lane. That Andrew is in front of him. 7 seconds, and I see 53. So it's been 20 laps now for Andrew.
He's going to have to pit again, I'd assume.
Yeah,
20. Ooh, sideways there.
I commend him for the effort. I just hope it doesn't put him in a bad points spot after tonight's race.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I said you got to do something completely different than what the leader's doing. So he started the pit cycle. Oh, does he get real squirmy coming off of 2, going down the backstretch there?
Here comes Truth Hoke on lap 74, coming to lap. Oh yeah, no, completing lap 74. Sorry, coming to lap 75. That'll leave Colin McDonough.
Colin up there.
Chris Kendall as well. He's just not having a good race at all. It's typical track that I think he would enjoy, but he's just, you know, he's not having with it tonight.
Sometimes you just have him nights. You don't have, you know, it just. We've all had them, so maybe this is just his night for not having a good race. So he comes down pit road as we talk about him.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm coming in. I'm giving up. There's the Dennis Kane following behind. That will leave the last 2.
Locked it up.
Yeah. They'll leave Colin and Sean as your next 2 drivers to not pit on this cycle. Andrew might get a lap led at least, maybe?
He may?
I guess I have to say nobody needs a caution more than Andrew. To kind of, you know, like reset everything.
He would love a caution right now.
And he was probably pretty excited when he saw all those, those drivers go with him in that first stint. And then it was probably like, man, I guess nobody's going to follow me in the second time around. As Honey cut a 32.10. Wow.
Wow. What a lap.
Oh, Honey cut. Yes, I didn't even notice. 55-second stop. He was absolutely speeding on pit lane, coming to pit lane.
That's just yep.
I was wondering for a second. I was like, how do you get it behind Odie? What?
32.04.
Oh my goodness! At this point, I think he just all right. I'm gonna put the fastest lap just to show you all what a true fast lap is here.
He looked like he came in the pit road a little hot as we see Colin coming in the pit lane now, getting some 4 tires on the SRM machine, and Sean Merriman behind him.
That gives Tef the lead, and I think
He's not going to have the lead for long.
Well, and the thing is I don't know if he led the lap actually. I think Colin was too far forward on pit lane. And so, if that's the case, I really don't think that he led the lap, and this is not going to work out for him. He's coming down pit lane.
So he's coming down pit lane now, which might be smart on him.
The problem is that this is really still just going to put him where Sean and Colin were running, which is much further back than where he was originally. But he like we said, he made his bed, stuck with it. Even if it doesn't work out, strategy does not always work out.
No, it doesn't always work out. Puts Todd Slauson back to the point, but look who's running second. Matthew Jarrett at the moment.
Unbelievable. We have problems. Well, actually, I guess I'm thinking about what happened to... Oh, Matthew Jarrett picked 10 laps earlier than Jacob Plank. That's why. I was like, what happened there?
Good run at the moment for Matthew, that number 80 machine.
That's Lee Campbell. Lee Campbell.
Yep, running third.
He put on lap 68, so he's had an opportunity to get up in here and catch Jarrett. Well, there are only 2 or 3 lap pressure tires for Lee and Jacob over Todd, and unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to make up those 6 and 8 seconds deficit.
No.
Chris Pendleton.
No, Todd was what? Almost. Todd was the quickest car. No, Christopher Pendle was quickest last lap.
Coming around a complete lap number 81, jumping on to number 82. We're going to have our final break here of the evening, everybody. Again, give a big shout out to Premier Setups for joining us to be partners here at the SRM Media Network. Very grateful for again their willingness to work with us, and of course, with everything that they're doing. Anytime you have a sim shop out there, no matter what, some rookies out there buying them and figuring out iRacing thanks to them. So that's something that you always got to give a shout out for. The process, as you saw, that was the 39 of Colin getting past the 22. That's not for position. Again, he's just getting his lap back with those fresher tires along with the forward Dennis Kane. So we'll be right back, everybody. Hang on tight. Three wide for position, believe it or not, almost. That's Kirby Wainscott, the 10, the 94, Chris Pendle, and the 43 of Alex Teff. They all pit within 5 laps of each other.
Chris was pushing Kirby down the front stretch right there.
He's just being aggressive through here. I mean, I don't know if he just turned something on. Chris is in 5th?
Yeah, he's up in 5th position.
I know he hasn't things happen to some of these drivers. And Teff now put out his fastest lap of the day at 32.05.
Wow.
That's only 1/100 slower than what we were giving Honeycutt credit for. So
he's hauling the nail that last lap. Good lap.
just off the lead lap. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. Still got 20 laps to go though, so pushing it too hard this early might not be the best thing for him. He's got about 6 seconds ahead to Truth Hoke, so I don't really see, of course, him being able to catch him, especially since Truth has just had better pace, all night long. And I think that for Chris to get out, oh my goodness, Matthew Jarrett came down and put down a 31.97.
Holy smokes!
I didn't even realize Matthew Jarrett came back down though.
I didn't either, but a 31.9?
Wow.
These boys are ramping it up at the end of the race.
I guess all that rubber's been laid down on the track. They're gripping the rubber, not the. It's more grip than the racetrack is. Usually it's slick.
Wow, what a lap!
All right. You see then Sean Merriman, he's coming up trying to get his lap back the hard way. Is a little bit further behind there.
I put 10 cars on the lead lap now.
Todd will jump over and show the lap times between him and Campbell back there. You see Campbell was just, kind of a little faster, the last couple of laps, minus just that one. But once again, I don't see it.
No, 6 seconds. Excuse me. Now, Todd was quicker in the lead that last lap anyhow, so.
Andrew right around him is Plank has not made his way to the second position, battling there with.
Oh, he's fighting back on the outside.
Wow, what a run there! This is a difference of about 2 lap pressure tires for Plank, but Plank has had a really good long run car, probably one of the best all night long.
Yeah, he's probably overall the best long run speed we've seen any of these drivers tonight, so maybe this will play in his hand as long as he don't run out of time to catch Todd if he can do it.
Matthew, he got around cut. You noticed that? About 3 seconds behind him. And 11 lap tires. We'll go back to gears. Plank is trying to. Yeah, there we go. He'll be able to clear Campbell. Maybe.
There he gets him finally.
As you see, Garrett, he'll just tag the wall a little bit there off of 2. Slowing down as he just gets around these drivers with a little bit fresher tires on his end. He's got a little bit of waste as well if he wants to catch later and try to get a lap back. Man, this top group, aside from Todd Foster, we've seen quite a shakeup. I guess even through these round of pit stops.
Yeah, I mean, Lee's up there in 3rd. You got Truth in 4th, Chris in 5th, which is he's found some speed at the end of the race, so. He's up 10 positions. Then you got Alex in 6th and Kirby in 7th. So
yeah, just capitalizing on some of these situations for other drivers. I mean, and looking at this for Kirby Wainscott, for a moment he was back there in 14th, and suddenly he's out here in the 7th position with an opportunity to finish in front of. That's not just mentioned. It's not just 5 playoff drivers. It's 7 playoff drivers, including 2 that did not come into this race.
Yep. So. Pitting early paid off, and you got Dennis there running the 9th. He was also back there with Kirby running in the 13th and 14th position. So they're turning the wick up on the candle as we speak.
Same with Sean Merriman, last second addition to the playoffs, and he's out here to just gonna try to hold off Andrew Teff in the process, of course, and still again to be able to finish in front of 5. You come into a race, especially like Kirby Wainscott we mentioned. You're gonna say, hey, you're gonna finish in the 5th of the 12 playoff drivers. So, yeah, I'd be darn happy with that.
I'd take that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, especially at a track like Atlanta, old Atlanta. Oh man.
And kudos for these gentlemen. We've seen a bunch of them get sideways coming off the corner, but no spin outs or nothing. So good job for the drivers tonight.
Great job. The only driver we did see have an issue coming down pit lane was Brandon Honeycutt. He's gone ahead and parked in his pit stall. He is done for the evening now with the final 12 laps to to go. And I gotta say, let me pull this back up here. Plank he's certainly trying. He was gaining almost a tenth. They're gaining 2/10, another tenth, 2/10, but then lap 93. I don't know what happened that previous one. We'll see what it looks like this time around.
I think Todd just got too big of a lead at the moment.
That's the thing. It's gonna be just too big of a lead, and I think that adjustment of extending 40 laps for as long as he did, I think it was the difference maker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jacob's gonna run out of time.
2/10 that last time. Wow. Yeah, he's got to be half a tenth quicker a lap just to catch him. Yep, it's just not enough time to make up.
No, that time's what, just a tenth quicker. I mean, Todd's had the car all night. There ain't no doubt about that.
that is an understatement for sure. You know, he qualified on pole, and did he not qualify on pole for?
That's what he did when he wanted. I believe so.
I believe that is the case as well. I can go ahead and double check that. Hold on just a moment.
Matt jerk past him.
Okay, let's see. No, Todd started second at Charlotte in his first win of the season, and started second again at Texas when he won that one.
Okay.
So, well, he's just typically starting on pole, so you just kind of assume so, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, he started in the front row, so.
You know, front row Joe. I think we can say front row Todd at this point.
Yeah, front row Todd.
I hope everybody understands that reference.
Joe Nemechek.
Shame those old stomping grounds at USA International have been long demolished. Probably about 10 years ago, but still feels like a long time ago over here in Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even got a sign out there. They ought to have at least a sign, you know?
Unfortunately, I don't think like we do. Whoa!
Wow!
That was slideways.
Come on, Todd. 6 to go. You got a 5-second lead. Just gotta maintain it from there.
Even with that, he was still quicker than Jacob.
I think Jacob was had an even bigger slide then.
He must have. Jacob's up 12, Chris Pendle's up 10, Kirby's up 3, Truth's up 3, Alex is up 2, Colin's up 2.
At the moment, it's the closest battle we have on track between Kirby and Dennis.
Teammates.
One in the Toyota, one in the Ford.
Kirby gets loose coming off a 4.
I'm just being sorry, but that was actually Todd's first pole this season.
Wow.
He started second 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. No, I'm sorry. That's the second pole. I'm sorry. Second pole. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's on the pole at Talladega.
Yes.
Finished third that race.
7 starts on the front row this season. I don't know what another way to put that. That is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, because Andrew was on the pole at Texas when he went back to back. That's amazing. That's a crazy stat.
I can't wrap my head around it.
If he can close the deal tonight, this will be win number 3.
Thank you as always, Julia, for joining us. Rooting on Alex Teff there is Todd, however, has maintained that 5-second lead pretty well. Again, Jacobs continued to be able to. Oh, I don't know why he jumped us back over to Matthew there, who's on the pit lane for some reason. So I don't know what happened to Matthew, but not a great finish to what was it seemed like a great race that he was having.
And comes your leader off of turn 2 for the final time.
That's way Troy for this one. Give Todd a shout out.
Leader heads off of 4 for the final time, coming to the checkered flag. Starts on pole, finishes first overall in the race. Todd Slauson is your winner here at Old Atlanta.
My goodness, Todd, what I thought the boat whooping last week we saw was something.
Yeah, I mean,
Todd said, hold my Mountain Dew.
Hold my beer, as they say. Jacob Plank is second.
Yep. Nick Campbell, if he started second.
Campbell.
Kind of top 5 all day, just quiet.
Hey, podium, yeah, that's what you want. Truth comes on 4th.
It'll be big for these guys in their points standings. Truth Hope, yeah, 4th place there. I don't know how Chris Pendle came home 5th. I really don't.
No, that's a great race compared to where he was. So
he's running.
Congrats to him.
10th all day. I mean, so
finishes 5th as Todd burns it down.
Well, and it's funny, and I'm glad I didn't say it because you know what I thought about before the broadcast. It was Todd won those first 2 races of the season, but he's not won since. You know, I know you're leading the standings, but if you want to win a championship, you're gonna have to win again. And well, we did just that. So
yeah, we got dual burnouts going out.
Oh, hold on, right. Oh, Jacob Plank, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice you, buddy. I was out here just focusing on Todd.
They're your top 2 finishers for the evening.
Let's go ahead and bring Todd in just a minute. Come on, Todd. No, wrong button. Try that one again. All right, Todd. This is Angel and Troy here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us.
Yo, what up, Angel Troy?
Todd, you sound like an excited one. Yes, you got your 3rd victory of the season. It took a little while to get that 3rd one. Seemed like you'd get it pretty quickly if you're getting back-to-back ones to start, the season. But nonetheless, you bring it home at the perfect time to start off the playoffs and in absolutely dominating fashion. Todd, is this a track that works well for you? What practice did you put in for tonight's race?
Nothing. I just got lucky there.
I'd say it's a little more than luck.
It's more than luck. You got a horseshoe in that car?
I practiced for like 10 minutes before the race. I haven't ran the old Atlanta here in so long. But that was a blast. It was so slick. We're sliding everywhere. I am absolutely wore out. My feet is soaked. I'm sweating the storm here, but that was a blast. Full sweep for Full Send Motorsports. Couldn't be more tickled about that.
And that was just a great showing there. I mean, yeah, you absolutely just put on just a butt whooping. But I have a question. You picked there a lap 28, a lap after Andrew Teff did. Was that a reaction, as people started pitting? You didn't want them to lose time? You didn't want to lose time to them? Was that part of your plan? Walk us through the first one, and then what kind of led you to extend it on that second run?
Well, the first one, by the time I think it was Honeycutt was catching me there, I was completely out of control. I felt like I was going to wreck it if I went another 5 laps. And then I seen Andrew pit, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go with him, because at that point, I was about to fall or wreck. So I ran that first stage just a little bit too hard, jumping out there in the front. And then the second stage, I knew I was like, I'm gonna have to extend this one out. So I tried to kind of pace myself. And the third one as well. I had like less than a lap of fuel left when I went across the checkered flag there. So strategy just worked out for me perfectly. I can't say that it was skill. It was kind of luck there with the early pit and then the long run. It just happened to work out where I had a half a lap of fuel left.
Man, that is. I'm just. I'm. We were stunned here. Watching as it all unfolded, and again, shout out to you that to be able to change up strategies and just do something different or whatever the case is, you have to. You have to just be fast, and my goodness, you were fast enough to just kind of do whatever you wanted here tonight. I think that was a testament to that. And of course, I mean, you came in here with the points lead, but you leave with a 15-point lead now over second place, which is something you don't see that large of a point lead typically this early on in the start. Just the guys right behind you all had problems.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get too cocky on that. I mean, you can blow that in just a couple races. I could at least. I've done it before, so I'm definitely happy to have that kind of lead going into the playoffs here. And never have before. I'm usually trying to dig myself out of a hole. So this is the best I've ever looked going into a championship battle here. So I'm super excited about it. I feel like I got kind of my bad tracks behind me. The road courses I'm terrible at. I just want to get through those. Richmond, I hate Richmond with a passion. So I just wanted to get through that race, with a decent finish. So I feel like now here I'm at my better tracks and I should be able to hopefully hold on to this lead. And I just want to brag on the league for a second. This track was a handful to drive. I mean, I'm wore out from the attention that it takes every second not to wreck these things. And for these guys not to have a caution and go from the drop of the green flag to the checker, that is unbelievable. Uh, these guys are very, very talented, and I'm very happy to run with them. So, uh, nice job, fellas in the league. That was a fun race.
I think you said it amazingly there, Todd. And I
Yep,
know we
I
we say it
agree.
all the time, but
Yeah,
that's
these guys are so talented. We can battle side by side on these tracks. Where most guys get in an official race, and these guys are going to take you out first corner. And all these guys in this race, they're so respectful. And sometimes we tangle, but it ain't on purpose ever. So it's just a pleasure running with them. I always have a good time. So thank you, Andrew, for putting this league together, and appreciate everybody in the league. And awesome job to Lee and Jacob for running 2 and 3. That was awesome.
I have one last thing, Todd, before we do, of course, let you go. Broadcasters typically get the pleasure of giving out nicknames, and we've got yours, Todd, for you.
Here we go. Let me hear it.
We have now Front Row Todd.
Oh, I love it.
That's, I mean, your second pole. I almost kind of screwed that one up earlier. Your second pole of the season, but you started on the front row 7 times this season now in 10 starts. So I think it was well deserving.
Thank you. think I started in second on the front row for like the first 4 races or something crazy like that. I could not get that pole, but
That is
finally get
correct.
that pole. I was like, what's going on here?
Well, you got it at Dega. Next week we are at Daytona. Let's see if you go ahead and get that third one here. We'll go ahead and let you celebrate. And, well, congratulations again, buddy.
Appreciate you guys. You guys do an amazing job, and I
Yeah,
can't
good
wait to
job.
watch it back tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
That was our race winner there. It's always easier to go back and watch it when you're when you won the race too, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and we'll bring in Jacob Plank. Jacob, this is Angel and Troy here in the broadcast booth. You got us, buddy.
Yep, got you guys. How you doing?
Ah, man, we are doing pretty good. I'm sure that, of course, you teammates, you guys are all doing not half bad yourself. 1, 2, 3 finish for you guys, and you had a great long run car, but my goodness, Todd was just in a zip code of his own. It felt like.
Yeah, he was so consistent, man. I mean, I could run him down, but then it just got to the point where probably tires were just junk, and he was just able to just, keep his stuff under him, and I wasn't able to, keep it under me as well as he could. And I mean, he took us to the clinic today.
The old proverbial woodshed.
Yes, yeah.
Well, and I mean, you're not a playoff driver, but you're still out here, get to have some great fun and almost play a spoiler to that. Next week we head to Daytona, and I kind of skip over to next week specifically with you not being a playoff driver, where you have the opportunity to help, of course, your own. Is that something you think will you be here next week for it, or does the schedule not allow for it?
I think I should. Whether I see the checkered flag or not, that's a different story. But I always seem to, find myself in an infield care center at those tracks. So we'll see what we can do. I mean, I know Lee and Todd, they're both in the playoffs, so I'd rather, see them guys get a win and help them in the points than help myself. So, yep, we should be able to be there for that and help them guys out.
Yeah, definitely great to have a lot of fun in the process. Jacob, go ahead and just shout out your friends, family, sponsors that you have. We'll let you go enjoy a podium finish with your two teammates here before we bring in Lee to wrap this up.
Yep. Just thanks to you guys broadcasting. Thanks to Andrew putting these races on all the time, and doing all the league stuff. And then the guys, Lee and Todd, it's full send, man. We just it's pretty cool to get a 1, 2, 3. So yep, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, Jacob, we'll see you next week. Driver the number 35 there. And then we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Troy, I'll bring Lee in and take us away.
Hey, Lee, this is Angel Troy in the booth. You got us, bud?
I got you, man.
Man, you started second and finished third, but all night long you was consistently in the top 5. Tell us what it was like racing this old, worn-out Atlanta track.
I'll tell you, I'm wore out. That's what it's like. Holy crap! It's like racing on eggshells with an egg under the pedal, like they say. It was extremely slick. I mean, bad. I just tried to take care of my stuff and run consistent laps, and seemed to work out okay.
Yeah, that's what our race winner Todd was saying about how worn out he was after this race was over. The arms was worn out. So you had a good night, friend. You started the playoffs off strong. I mean, next week, how do you feel about going to Daytona?
That should be a good track for us. We usually do pretty good on super speedway, so I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, your team had a 1, 2, 3 finish for this evening, so not a bad way to start the playoffs. Todd, before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank, friends, family?
Yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Thanks for Andrew for running the league and doing everything that he does. That's pretty much it. Thanks to my sponsors, Chase and RC, which is pretty difficult to see on the car, but it's on there.
Well, you have jumped up 5 positions to the 3rd spot as we look into going to round 2 of the Chase playoffs. So have yourself a happy Thanksgiving, Lee, and we'll hopefully talk to you next week after Daytona.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Troy.
All right, your 3rd place finisher there. All 3, of course, mentioning part of the same team. 1, 2, 3 finish for them. Congratulations again. We're going to go ahead and bring up our race results here. Just a moment. There you go. We just mentioned Todd, our playoff driver, finishing in the 1st position. He will get his 3rd win of the season, coming in as a playoff leader already in the standings, and he will extend that lead now to 15 points when quite incredible. Jacob Plank there in 2nd, Lee Campbell in 3rd, Truth Hoke in 4th. Great job for him. That moves Truth up, let's see, up to that 5th spot. Wow, 4 spots he gained. And he is, and to make this clear, he's in 5th, but he's only 4 points out from 2nd. So that's how close.
So close.
Yeah, I mean, well, 2nd back to 8th is only 11 points.
It's going to make Daytona even that more interesting next week.
Make it that much more interesting. Oh, well, I can't wait for it. Let's see. Was going to the finishing order. Chris Pendle, he would finish 5th. Chris ended up moving up to 2nd points. I'm just stunned. He was in 10th, 12th.
Yeah, he was.
I would have never expected him to leave tonight with 2nd in points. I asked him. He said that he ran the bottom and he decided not to short pit. That's what allowed him to have the fresher tires at the end on the longer run. So I guess for some drivers it worked pitting earlier, and some drivers it worked pitting later. I guess it truly did depend on what your driving style was.
It worked out for him, so good run, Chris.
Yeah, give him credit. Colin McDonough, great job for you, buddy, finishing there in the 6th position. Had him as my broadcast partner last night. Alex Teff there in 7th. Dennis Kane in the 8th position, along with Kirby Wainscott in 9th. Andrew Teff would round out your top 10. I guess he still finished the top 10 at least, but that'll drop him to, or I guess it didn't really drop him. He's still tied for 3rd in points, but I know he wished he was leading points after this one. Then Sean Merriman, he'll finish 11th. Richard Odie in 12th. He said lots of not so nice words about this track. He did not have a good time. Matthew Jarrett would finish in 13th, and then Brandon Honeycutt will round out the field at 14th position. What a race here tonight. What an enjoyable one.
Oh yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, congratulations to all the winner, but congratulations goes to the whole Racers Elite Xfinity drivers, man, to put on that race like that.
105
as hot
laps.
as it was, as slick as it was, no cautions. I mean, you just can't beat it.
No, you can't beat that at all. Make sure, of course, if you want to join, and you see some new names every once in a while, and you see that the overall it kind of just stays the same. So, that's just the respect that this league demands amongst these drivers, and it shows here. So make sure if you're looking for something like this, you check out their website, racerselite.com. They've got so many different things. They got a snowball derby coming up as well, Troy.
Yep, tomorrow after Thanksgiving, after we all had turkey, had a nap, and watched some football, we can jump on iRacing and have a mini snowball derby.
I'll be going to bed, but I think it'll be a great race for a lot of them. I got to work 5:30 in the morning. I wake up at 5:30 the next morning, so that's why I won't mention how much I suck in those cars in short track racing. We'll leave that to the side.
I think I'll try. I might try it.
I would love to, but no, I'll be asleep at 9:30. Everybody, we do hope you guys have a very happy, enjoyable Thanksgiving. Tomorrow, please be safe wherever you're going to be. Usual, don't drink and drive, don't do those usual things. Just be safe with it. Got, friends, family that are looking for you at home. Your dogs are looking for you at home too. We'll good trip you that way. And then aside from that, of course, that means no racing for the next gens tomorrow night for Racers Elite. But of course, Troy mentioning the Snowball Derby that Racers Elite putting it on. And then we'll follow next week. We mentioned where we are at Daytona for the Xfinity Series. The trucks, Troy, you guys have a fun one. You're out to Auto Club for Sunset Race out there.
Auto Club's fun. Mini Michigan.
Yep, exactly. So Daytona here for us. Afternoon race. It'll be hot and slick. And then Texas for the next gens as they come back from their Thanksgiving hiatus. So we've only got 3 more races left before the season is over. Gonna go by pretty quickly, to be honest with you, as they typically do. So, Troy, do you have any closing thoughts for us before we close out for the evening?
No, just thank you all for joining us tonight in this broadcast. Y'all have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, and we will hopefully see you sometime next week on the Sim Racing Media.